Hello and welcome to episode 53 of Unemployed to Unstoppable. It's transfer window time as we look to build on last season. We've got the Champions League to look forward to, and I think we might have signed the best player we've ever had. Stay tuned. Welcome back. So a couple players to get through first that we signed pre-agreements before the end of the season. First one's Walter Chavez. We got him as a young midfielder. I mean, he's already looking pretty good. The coaches have suggested recalling him from loans because he may well have a place in the squad. He looks pretty handy. A little bit more development while he's away on loan, and he'll slot in nicely into our midfield. I did consider recalling him, but I think we've got so much strength in the middle of the park at the minute, as you'll see when we go through the transfer window, that it would have been a bit pointless calling him back. But yeah, there you go. There's the first signing. We followed that with another signing, 2.4 million for Emil Larsson from Silkeborg. Again, another centre midfielder. Not quite the same potential threshold now. It was higher than that, and you'll see why it's gone down because we've signed an absolute doozy of a player. But again, 3-star ability potential in midfield. He's going to have a little bit of depth in there. We probably will sell him on for a profit, but as you can see, 25 to 30 million valuation for someone we spent 2.4 million on is fantastic. And then Ramon Ars from Boca for 8 million. Brought him in as a kind of a reservist right winger to play behind Vinweza, 4-star potential. Again, 8 million spent. He's worth 32 to 41 million. So already a profit in there. He's still got a 1.5 star development to go. So again, another one for the future. He'll get some game time, especially with the Champions League, and things are looking good on that front. That was the kind of signings in, signings out wise. There wasn't really anything that you haven't seen already. Getting into this season, the ones that have gone, Ajay gone out again on another loan, Mancuso gone to Wrexham for 4.2 million, Villa, who's pre-agreed for 2.3 million, finally got rid of Kerr Smith for his 16.75 million, which is a lot more than I expected, to be honest. Jake Evans gone out loan. We've let Hansen Aaron go for 15, Gustin 18 million. I think time was right for him to go. Mercier we had to let go because he had the 19 million minimum release clause, which I didn't realise was in there. That's bad on me. We've let him go, but Kravtsov's our first choice left back now anyway, so it wasn't really too much of a hit. Pete Dewhurst, we were keeping him as a young upcoming development player, but when Al Atifak offered 11.5 million, we just had to take it. Herman and Payne gone out on loan. Okoli we've let go to Norwich on quite a cheap fee. Howells we let go on loan, and then Andy Johnson, you can see at the bottom there, left winger. We've let him go to Borussia Dortmund for 50, Gustin up to 63 million, which is a brilliant transfer really, because he was a little bit unsettled, not getting the game time, and that's because of one of the players we brought in on the left-hand side. That gives a total transfer out spend of 120 million. In terms of transfer in, we spent 85 million. First of all, we got Vinitsky from River, 4.6 million. He is a new left back who will play kind of second fiddle to Kravtsov. He's got 4.5 star potential ability as well. So again, nice young Argentinian player, 18. So we can possibly get him squeezed through in the club registration. Trained at club before 21, which is fantastic news. Guillaume Bordenave, you'd seen we'd signed on a free transfer pre-agreement. This is the reason Johnson was a little bit unhappy and left, is because Bordenave's just a better player. 4-star ability, a winger. Got some good player traits in there, knocking the ball past the opponent, trying short, simple passes. But again, he's come in first choice on the left-hand side, leaving Kopp as the kind of reservist on the left-hand side. I'll leave Cabas because he's our big outlay. Jimmy Wong we got from Newcastle, a young central defender. He's only got 3-star potential ability now, but he does look a handy player. I've looked at him for a number of seasons and I felt the value was low enough to take a punt on him now. Again, he's already worth 70 to 89 million. And he's an English international, so really good signing. I put him alongside Diallo as the kind of reserve centre-backs. Marcus Aguilar, River Plate from 4.4 million. Again, another young centre-half. Toyed with maybe loaning him out. Seeing how the squad settles in the first few games. But again, already 19 to 23 million. And a few clubs want him on loan as well. That leaves us with Zekir Cabas from Galatasaray for 41 million. He is a 20-year-old wonder kid, already worth 90 to 117 million. He can play centre half or centre mid. I'm playing him centre mid because I think that's where all his stats suit him to. He is an absolute fantastic player. Really runs with the ball. likes the ball into his feet, tries long range passes and dictates the tempo. He's easily our kind of first choice central midfielder. And what actually works well in that central midfield area is Topaloglu, who is also a Turkish international. Oh, sorry, he's German. I thought he was Turkish. Must speak Turkish. But he plays alongside him, and they've got a really good relationship in the middle of the park. So, again, a fantastic duo in the middle, which kind of sets us up for a Premier League prediction of 9th at 33-1, which is miles better than we've had in previous seasons. It puts us in that kind of just outside the Champions League group kind of area. Probably Leicester's where we're drawn at about 7th. I think we'll get better as the season develops. We are trying to be a little bit more attacking in terms of the formation this year, in terms of key players for the club. Zekia Cabas and Bordenave, the 2 new signings. Not even room on there for Medina or Codrianu. So that's that. In terms of them players, Codrianu and Medina, you can see Medina at the million, 163 to 206 million. That's largely based on Barcelona knocking on the door. Codrianu the same. We turned down, I think it was up to 260 million for him, and that's just because I don't think we'll be able to replace them with the same standard player. We are going to try and shoehorn them both into the team at the same time. So if we get Medina, Codrianu, Cabas, Vinweza, Bordenave all in that kind of same starting lineup, we could be in for some goals. That being said, we'll get through into the first game of the season. Friendlies have all gone good, as you can expect. We didn't really play anyone too difficult in there, but again, looking really handy. Chelsea on the opening day of the season, we beat towards the tail end of last season. And let's kick this off and see if we can start the season with a bang, see if the transfers have worked out, and see if we can rattle out a new formation. Stay tuned. Welcome back for the opening game of the season away at Chelsea. As you can see, we've not changed the formation. I do want to. However, we've picked up injuries to Ollie Johnson. Again, he's out for between 6 and 9 weeks. He's with a specialist. Ramon Ars, he's out 2 for 5 days. And then Walter Medina, who would be the other striker, 3 to 9 days. So that kind of 2 up top change is going to have to wait a little bit longer. What we're essentially going to do is take Goodwin up and put him up as a second striker and play Codriano and Medina together. That'll have to wait. So for Chelsea, we're going to go with the standard formation we've always had. Got Romero in goals, back four of Kravtsov, Calderon, Aliou and Shahar. Goodwin playing in a defensive role in the absence of Johnson. We've got Topaloglu and Zekir continuing in the middle of the park. Finweza on the right, Bordenave on the left, and Codriano leading the line. Really strong team. I'm quite confident. I think that we can beat Chelsea. We've beat them before. I think we can beat them again. It's just doing it on the day. I sometimes have a really good run of games and someone else tell me if this happens to them. You get a really good run of games and you think you're going to beat somebody and then it all just comes toppling down. But settling into the game early, we had first chance on target. Hopefully we'll settle into the game quite comfortably. I'm going to do some early encouragement because games against Chelsea are always quite difficult. Still haven't had any kind of job offers come through. Absolutely nothing. So we can't be rated that highly. But I would have thought someone would give us an opportunity at some point to jump to one of the top clubs that's got the money, because I think what's ultimately holding us back at Millwall now is stadium size and wage structure. We can't offer the same amount of wages as other players. In fact, before we sold a couple of like Johnson, we were so far over the wage budget that I thought we were going to be in real trouble of getting let go by the club. As we've managed to work the ball from their corner all the way back to our goalkeeper from what was looking like an initially promising break. Bordenave down the left hand side. Can he beat his man? No, he's come back. Gets a second chance into Topaloglu. Really patient build up, which is a key mark of our play. Out to Vinweza, into Codriano. Was he offside? It looked like he might have been at the header from Vinweza. We'll have a look. Goal's been awarded though. I mean, it'll be tight. I thought when the header went in over the top here, I thought he might have just been off, but he's timed it perfectly. Codriano gets off the mark for the start of the season. He's the one to watch, I think. This might be the year he overtakes Vinweza. We won't watch that for a third time, but in at half-time at 1-0 up, nothing really in terms of chances. We are playing a cautious approach on this, just to try a little bit tight at the back. Hopefully we can just work a little bit of a counter and get something going the other way. I think it does limit Cabas a little bit in the middle of the park, playing with a cautious mentality. I think he likes to have the shackles off and be able to run forward. He's a big tall player as well, so he can score headers. Giving the ball away in the middle of the park to Mudryk, but he's unable to hit the target. Half an hour to go then. Fairly cagey game. I'm tempted to put it a bit more balanced, but I think the players are starting to tire a little bit. We're always quite tight towards the start of the season. Vinweza for Preciado. Arse out injured, so we don't have a sub right winger. And Preciado, who we've had for a couple of years now, sent out on loan a couple of times. He's still a wonder kid, and he's on the next gen list, so he will be the third fiddle to Medina and Codriano. Should we need to make a substitute when them two are on the pitch at the same time. That leaves Vinweza permanently on the right wing now, which I think suits him. He scored a couple of hat-tricks from there last season, as Preciado gets his first touch of the ball down the right-hand side, gives it away. Chelsea with a chance to break with only 2 minutes to go. Long ball over the top, but it's been headed wide. Just 2 minutes to see out now, or 4 minutes of injury time. Codriano for Diouf. Just we need to protect Codriano while Medina's out injured. Otherwise we're limited down to just Preciado. Another header over the top. Hopefully that should see us out for the game to get us a winning start of the season. And there we go. So we beat Chelsea on the opening day of the season. We've had a fantastic transfer window. Not quite the performance we're looking for, but no one really gave us a chance. We managed to win, and that's without playing the full team 2 up top formation. So let me know in the comment section how you think this season might go. I think this might be the one where we finally make a challenge at the top end of the table. May need to strengthen if we get to January and we're in a good position, but I think the squad's looking good. We're in top shape. We've got some really good attacking players. There's room for development, and sky's the limit. So enjoy saves. Let me know how you're getting on, and until next time, take care.